I'm telling them that I can't breathe. Clearly he don't give a damn about my plea. His ancestors used to hang us on trees. Today they identify as road police. You see I'm black, for that I'm a threat to America. My rise is their fall and their fall is evident. Blood on your hands is heavier than an elephant. Open up America's closet and see skeletons. They killing us for walking.
Welcome back. I'm 20th and this is Reunite Sandy Speaks. And today, you guys, we're going to talk about the mental health aspect of being black in America. The mental health aspect and the mental health effects of being black in this country. And what prompted me to create this video was several months ago. Actually, me and this guy were corresponding on Instagram, and we were talking about the Judge Odinet's issue with Judge Odinet. I also have a video, and I'll link it below, about the situation. Judge Odinet was caught saying nigger. Okay, this is a judge. Okay, and this also relates to my story and my situation. If you don't know, I'm a black woman who is a victim of a hate crime. That I live in a hotel. I've been in a hotel for over almost 2 years now, a year and a half, probably 16 months. Because my $1 million home was stolen from me by 3 racist judges. And so, to be quite honest with you, I don't even recall what I was saying on the Instagram post about this judge, but I was very vocal. Okay, I don't want to get sidetracked because this is about mental health and being black in America, and I want to talk about this to you because I want you to be aware of the condition in our situation. And being aware, awareness is it's a tool and it's a way to combat it. Okay, and so that's why I'm making this video, so you can be conscious that this is happening, not so you can succumb to it, but so you can be conscious. Okay, and so let me read to you what this guy says, okay? And I'll probably put it up here on the side. I'll put it on the side up here somewhere so you guys can read along with me, okay? So it's Mikey624125. And he says to me, I've had courage all my life, but this right here wouldn't be happening if our vote rights and lives counted. I feel sorry that you're still asleep. I'm not hopeless. I've just accepted this is what it is. A shame. You two people are not going to change this mess, period. That's what he says to me. And you guys, I don't think I kept what I said to him. I'm going to look on my phone. If I find my comment to him, if I screenshotted it, I'll put it on here too. And because this happened a long time ago. I've been meaning to do this video for a very long time. And I'm just having the opportunity. Okay. So he's saying that our lives don't count. That we can vote our ass off, but it ain't going to change because they're in power, okay? And he's saying, I'm not hopeless. I'm just in a place of acceptance. Then he goes on to say, like what? Okay, because I'm probably talking to him like, brother, what? You know, I'm like, hey, hold up, you know? I forgot what I said to him. Maybe if I can find it, I will. But what's more important is what he's saying to me. He says, like what? We are not empowered to change this. We vote, and yet these politicians still don't have our best interests at heart. We are black people, spectate because we have come to the sad realization this will never change, no matter how many marches, votes, protests. Come on now. And you guys, I'm listening to this brother. This is an intelligent black man. And it's scary to me because what happens is I just think, okay, first of all, I probably said to y'all a million times, but I'm a Cancer and I'm an empath. So we all feel things, but I feel things probably much deeper than the average person. Okay? I'm an empath. I'm empathetic to others. And him saying this, for me, I feel that he's saying, this is not our country. That we're a small percentage of the population. And these people who in power, they're never going to change. They're going to keep their foot on our neck, and there's nothing we can do about it. And what it makes me think about slaves, the life of a slave, where they raped, tortured, demeaned, mistreated us. We know what they've done to us, right? And Y'all call them house niggas, right? You call them house nigga. It's house nigga, coons, I call them Spoonie G, or these people. And I'm not saying this gentleman is one of them, but what I'm referring to is that one day I'm going to talk about the house nigga or the anti-black person, and he is that because this is what he believes. He believes I'm not free. In this country, in this world, I'm never going to be free. So why should I fight something that will never change? That I am fighting a losing battle. That I will be more happy and more harmonious if I be at a place of acceptance. And you know, guys, I am struggling with depression, anxiety because of I'm a victim of a hate crime, and I was in an abusive relationship for 20 years of my life. And as I think about this, there's a place in my brain that thinks, I get it. Stop fighting. This is the way of escaping. But then, 20th, me, the original me, the mind and my memory, who always has been tenacious, forward thinking, the glass half full kind of person. And this is why this is so important to me, because I am having severe mental health issues, sadness, depression, feeling of defeat because of what happened to me. And I hear this black man saying this, and I'm reading this, and you guys, this sounds like an intelligent brother who's tired, who had enough. And I'm here to say, don't buy into that shit. If your mind and your brain is saying that to you, you're going to have to do whatever's necessary to combat it. You know what? I'm going to do, this is going to be part one because I know I'm long-winded. So we're going to do part one. Part one, we're going to discuss. In part two, we're going to talk about remedies and way to combat it. Okay? What he's saying is that we are not going to overcome this. And if you guys don't know the proposition value of Reunite Sandy Speaks, it is to document the occurrences of racial or hate crimes in America, in government, in private organizations, in everyday life of black people. If you're not aware, that is my purpose, to have an update to the 14th Amendment, because America has broken their promise to us. I have other videos about that, and I encourage you to search them. America has broken its promise to black people under the 14th Amendment. If you guys don't know, under the 14th Amendment, we're supposed to be treated equally. And like this man is saying, we're not. There is a white supremacist collective conscience prevailing in this country that black people are inferior and that white people are superior. The white supremacist collective conscience means that there is a unspoken rule that we are secondary. Okay? And I'm saying this to you, and let me say this to you guys. We're going to talk about this, and we're going to get through this together. Okay? It is my purpose to help lead us to liberation. And you know, I have a reputation for being successful. I have a reputation for having results, for being successful in everything that I've tried in my life. And I'm like, God, put this in front of me. And no matter the sadness, the depression, I love black people. And what I know is that we don't deserve to be in a country, in a world where we are secondary. Okay? We don't deserve that, and we do not have to live this way. Okay? And I believe, you guys are being sad, and some of you guys may feel like this man in a place of acceptance, but I'm just asking you, please rock with me. It is my purpose to help us lead us to liberation. I have an agenda, but I can't do it by myself. Okay, so we're talking about mental health aspect of being black in America. And so let me say to you that we were slaves, we were raped, beaten, hung. We have had unspeakable atrocities committed to us as a people. And you know, I'm involved in many different social media spaces. And one black woman said, as black Americans, you know, it's a thing going on. ADOS, Foundational Black Americans, Freedmen's. Yo, I'm rocking with everybody, okay? You gonna get to know me. I rock with everybody. We can have disagreements about things, okay? But while I'm going to help lead us to liberation, because I understand what it requires. It requires that we fight amongst each other about petty and menial stuff. Is that we have to have cohesion. See, this man is saying that it's hopeless. That we can vote, we can march. If we vote for a politician, he don't give a fuck about us. That they have an agenda. The Democratic Party is using us for the vote, and the Republican Party is saying, "Nigga, stay in your place." Right? So yeah, when I say all that, it's like, God damn. Are we gonna get through this? Bro, we was picking cotton. Look where we are today. You know? Look where we are today. We've come a long way. And y'all, I cannot say this enough. We need all hands on deck. We can't do this alone. I don't want to get too deep in it. You guys, I go on my tangent. Okay? And it has something to do with the mental health aspect of my ability to think, function, to be cohesive. My cognitive skills are suffering. I'm forgetful. I lose my train of thought. At one point in my time, I was a brilliant young black woman. Okay? And I'm no slouch, but I'm struggling. But the core of who I am, the tenacity, the tenacious black woman who I've always been, I'm still here. And we have peaks and valleys, right? We're going to come through this. I promise you guys. And it's my goal and my purpose for us to live a harmonious life. All black people. And as I think about that, I think about all the obstacles. But we're just going to take a little bite at a time. Like, just keep on going. Okay? So, you guys, I had in my mind everything I'm going to say. So we talked about slavery, the 60s, the 70s, all we've gone through, right? So this man is saying that we can't change. But look how far we've come. And see, I'm angry and I'm mad because we're still in bondage. We've come really far, but why the fuck we still here, right? And let me tell you, one of the reasons is the mental health aspect of being black in America. I want to talk about depression. I think I have my notes here, you guys. You guys know I'm forgetful, so I want to come from my notes. My note says depression can be caused by chemical imbalance in the brain, life events, and I want to point out to you that the chemical imbalance can be a result of constantly being in a stressful condition. So it's a couple of examples I want to give because I'm sharing my experience with you. And I hope it doesn't turn you off. I'm hoping you can relate to it. This is what in corporate America is called best practice. You share in your life and you try to use your life experiences to combat or overcome these obstacles and be victorious. You guys have to keep starting over because I'm losing my train of thought, and it has to do with the mental health. This is what happens to when you were sad and depressed, and just depression and sadness and anxiety. I believe every black person in America, even wealthy black people, even elite black people, have some sort of sadness, depression, or anxiety as it relates to black people, or being black in America. And I don't want to get too deep in that. I'll talk about that maybe on another video. Okay, and so this video is about mental health and how black people are affected by it. I'm going to probably also put a clip in from Trevor Noah about mental health. He did something really quick about that. I'm gonna put a clip in here. So what I want to again be focused on is what happens to the brain. Okay, and I'm so sorry, you guys. I keep going in my mind, me having conflict with this guy that I was married to, because he's a white man and he works in mental health. He's also a therapist. He works as an executive, but he has done individual and family therapy. Okay, which is going to relate to the video that I'm going to put in here from Trevor Noah. But it says that depression it's a result of a chemical imbalance. And so a lot of times what they insinuate, there's something wrong with us. That we have this mental health issue, that we're sad, depressed, or suffering from mental illness, right? And they insinuate, this is just who we are. This is how we were born. This is what happened to us. But the fact of the matter is, it's from life events. If you are consistently confronted with stressful situations, you're going to become depressed and sad. Your brain is going to have mental health effects. And you know, I'm saying this to you in a way where I'm trying to communicate where you can understand what I'm saying. But the truth of the matter is, I think a very large portion or percentage of the people who are viewing this video know exactly what I'm talking about. Even we went through COVID. COVID was a very stressful situation, right? That alone was stressful. Okay? And that's where the whole country or the world went through stressors, right? Of not being able to work or having problems financial and things of that nature, being isolated and so forth. This is what Black people have been going through our entire lives, right? And so that's a good example about the mental health effects. And I keep trying to communicate to you, because I really want to hope that I'm compelling. And where I want to go with this is that the idea that it says from life events. If you continuously confront with mental health, with stressors, fear of losing your job, fear of cops harassing you, people following you in the store, or just being in the world, in the country that makes you feel like you're nothing. Even as a child in nursery school or elementary school and high school, and people, this is to give you an example, if to white people, if you go to a new school and you're shunned to white people. You know, that's the thing with teenagers. They go to new school and people don't want to be their friend or don't like them. To you white people, Black people deal with that every day in their life. When they start a new job, when they go in a store. This is our life in America. Right? And one of the things I want to say really quickly, because I don't want to make this video too long, I want to give you an example. And again, I want to use my experience. I don't recall exactly when this happened, but it was several years ago. My daughter and I were traveling somewhere. I don't know, we were in Jamaica. I think we may have went to New York for Fashion Week. We had went somewhere. And what happened was some Black man, and I may have been in Maryland or Virginia. I remember finding out about it in the airport, right? And he went and he killed and murdered people. I think at his place of employment, but he did it on Facebook Live, right? And so me and this man that I was married to, this white man in America who's married to a Black woman who you think would be financially, you would think it would be financially astute or aware or conscious, financially, who would be culturally aware, empathetic, or understand he has a Black child. He's married to a Black woman. You think a white male would understand. But no. And this is a white man who does individual family therapy. This is a white man who is an executive in a mental health for family services. Okay? And so we would have debates. And I want to share this with you because I believe everything happens in divine order. And things have happened in my life. And I believe I have purpose. And I'm using my life experience to make change for Black people. Okay? So I don't recall, I tried to look online and see, I tried to Google it, but it was several years ago. It's probably like 2008, between 2008, 2012. If you guys remember, this is one of the first times that we saw someone commit murder on stream. This is when Facebook, we're in the internet age, and he shot someone on Facebook Live. And it was in Washington. So me and this guy's arguing. He's saying, this is the man that I'm married to, who's a therapist, who's a mental health professional in America, who maligned his black wife. Okay, I'm telling y'all, okay, this is being black in America. And all this shit happened to me, but I haven't given up. This is all started about this man saying we can vote, march, or whatever. They got their foot on our neck and we need to be in a place of acceptance. No, we do not. We're going to get through this, I promise you. Okay, but I'm giving examples of why we are still here. It is because they got their foot on our neck, but one of the things is we have to get together as a group and do certain acts and certain things to implement certain things. And we're struggling, okay? And so I want to go back to this guy. Me and this man who I was married to are arguing about this guy. This is his perception as a white male in mental health. He's a therapist. He's a white man who's a mental health professional, and I'm a black woman who my background is business. I have a business degree, okay, in finance, okay? He goes, he has mental health issue. He couldn't keep jobs. So what this white man is saying is that this black man has a history of mental health issues. Why you think? Does it have anything to do with them being black in America? Y'all gotta think about me being married to this white man. And y'all don't know me, so y'all won't sit here and come for me because I was married to a white man. Y'all need to come fuck with me. Y'all don't see who I am. I'm blackity black. Always have been, always will be. Okay? So, and I'm angry about this because this gives me an idea of mental health in America as it relates to black people and how I think mental health in America sucks for white people too, for just in general. Because I think I'm not gonna go too far there. I think that mental health for white people is just as bad. It's just as bad, but it's bad as well for white people, just like it is for black people. And what you will hear me say over and over again, when there is a issue in the country, in the community, black people are always affected by it exponentially. COVID, exponentially. We can say birth defects or issues with birth, exponentially. Any issue in this country, black people are affected exponentially, right? That's again what this town was about. It's just showing that we are not equal in this country. Okay, so this man was saying that. So I'm going to set it up for you guys again because I know that I get a little convoluted. But y'all fucking stay with me, all right? I know what I'm talking about, all right? A man had went on Facebook Live and he killed people. Me and the guy I was married to were arguing about it. And as a black person, I know this is a black man. So he's saying he's crazy. That he couldn't keep a job. He couldn't do all these kind of things, right? And I'm saying to the man I'm married to, well, to the white man, person I'm married to, he's having mental health issues because he's black in America. And me and him fighting about it. What he said to me, and I remember distinctively, he said he has a history of mental health issues, that he couldn't keep a job. And let me say this to you. I'm going to share with you. In a divorce with this man who I was married to, one of the things that he put in the original filing, that I go through life, what did he say? He said, that I think the world's against me. And to black people, HR people, you already know, that's called the white supremacist collective conscience. I'm married to a white man who got black kids, was married to him over 23 years. We're together about 25 years. This is a white man I'm married to talking to his black wife. Okay? In a divorce, he puts in the paperwork that one of the things that he said was, did I think the world's against me? Okay? That was mental health jargon. That was code for she's black and angry. She thinks the world's against us. And let's keep it 100. We're black in America. Is this country against us? Okay, this is a white man that I was married to. He put this in the paperwork for our divorce. That was to say to the judge, she's an angry black woman and she thinks the world's against her. How ironic, right? And so the point that I'm making, what's the point that I want to say to you guys is that it says depression is a chemical imbalance and it can be from life events. Many of us are suffering from mental imbalances in our brain. And you guys, I'm not for psychotropic medications, so I'm not telling you to take drugs. I'm not a doctor. So we will talk about, that's another thing me and this man fought about. Okay? I'm not for the drugs. Okay? I'm not for the drugs at all. Okay? I'm for what's called cognitive behavioral therapy. So this video is to make you aware that if you're experiencing sadness, depression, if you're having problems with maintaining a job because of issues at work, at school, engaging, it has to do with being black in America. Okay? I had another example, but I can't remember. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this video in from Trevor Noah. And the video is about mental health and being black in America. Y'all check this out.
There are few groups who could stand to benefit from therapy more than black people. I mean, think about all the things black people have been through. Slavery, segregation, winter, all equally traumatic experiences. But unfortunately, even as therapy has become more mainstream, the black community has had a tough time getting the help that they need.
It's hard enough to get mental health treatment in the U.S., but studies show that racial and ethnic minorities are significantly less likely to receive mental health treatment than whites.
Black and Hispanic children are less likely to get mental health care than white kids. And studies show that irritability in the average white teenager is often labeled as depression. That same behavior is more likely to be seen as disruptive in Black or Latino children, and doctors say that can lead to feelings of hopelessness at a very young age.
Yes, one of the reasons many black people don't get the proper treatment is misdiagnosis. What is seen as depression in white people can be seen as disruptive behavior in black people. And this shouldn't be surprising, right? This kind of thing happens in medicine all the time, mixed diagnoses. It's like when a black person has a seizure, it's a medical emergency. But when a white person does it, it's called dancing. But it turns out, even when black people are properly diagnosed with mental health issues, it can still be a challenge to find a therapist who's equipped to handle their needs.
Making the crisis worse, not enough African American therapists. Today, only 4% of psychologists are black.
Kevin Durden says admitting he needed help was actually easier than finding it. He saw 3 different therapists, but felt that none of them understood the stress and emotions unique to black men.
When Taraji P. Henson's own son, Marcel, was struggling, she found it nearly impossible to find him one.
Trying to find a culturally competent therapist was like looking for a purple unicorn with a gold horn.
Do they understand the cultural context from which I'm coming from? Do they understand the culture that I live in?
That's right. It's extremely difficult for black people to find a black therapist. And it's been like this for a very, very long time. I mean, that's why Martin Luther King Jr. was always describing his dreams to huge crowds. You know, it's just like, I had another dream that I'm being chased by bears in my underwear. Does anyone here know what that means? Now you may think that a therapist's race shouldn't matter at all. And that's true. But if you think about it, it does make sense. For many white therapists, no matter how good they are, it can be hard to understand the particular experiences of a black person. You know, just sitting there in a session, even if they're trying, it could be like, so you say people are following you around the store and you're invisible, but only to taxi drivers? Paranoid delusions. So when it comes to mental health, there's a very real struggle for black people to access healthcare, get diagnosed correctly, and find a therapist who can relate to them. But if that wasn't bad enough, there's another major hurdle stopping black people from getting therapy, and it comes from the black community itself.
We have a stigma in the black community when it comes to dealing with mental health.
Black students say where they come from, it's shameful to talk about anxiety, depression, and trauma.
It's not okay to have mental health issues, or like, that's a white people thing.
I've heard all the time, black men don't go to therapy, they go to the barbershop.
I told my own mother that I was seeing a therapist, and she said, you don't need to see a therapist. What you need to do is see a preacher.
You got Jesus.
Right.
You don't need anything else,
right.
You know, just buck it up.
Ah, yeah. That's a line every black person knows all too well. You don't need therapy, you need Jesus. And my response is always, why can't we use both?
Okay, you guys, so that was a clip that I just edited in here from Trevor Noah about mental health amongst Black people. And so this video was prompted based on what the Instagram comment by the Black man. And again, you guys, it was very alarming to me. It was very alarming to me. There's a couple of things I want to say to you guys, and because I don't want to, I'm going to make this in multiple videos. One of my issues is that I make it too long. And I'm being honest with you guys. I'm a smart, intelligent Black person, but I'm suffering from anxiety and depression, and I'm forgetful. I have an issue with train of thought. I have several different issues. So when we say, "Oh, a Black person has a problem keeping a job," if you are sad, depressed, forgetful, have cognitive issues, forget things, is it conceivable that it's not that you're incompetent? Is that you are suffering from sadness or depression? And on Trevor Noah, he even said that, and he highlighted this, and I believe this based on the white person I was married to, his perception of Black people. He said that the man had mental health issues and he couldn't keep a job. Now, if he was talking to a white person, would he feel the same way? I don't know. Okay? Trevor Noah even says in mental health for kids in school, when white kids are depressed, they say, oh, they're having problems. But when Black kids are depressed, they say, oh, he's a troubled child. You know, I've got a video below of a little white child misbehaving, and I'm going to show you the treatment between Black people and white people. I'm going to put that video in the links. Listen, this is Reunite Sammy Speaks. I am the 20th. It is my purpose to liberate Black people. Okay? If you're watching this video, I need you to please subscribe, please leave a comment, and please share. YouTube is not promoting my videos because of the content. See, they got their foot on our neck. And when the guy says we can vote, we can march, you're not a woke. You need to be in the place of acceptance. YouTube does not share my videos, make it complicated because they think my videos are inappropriate. My videos are inappropriate because I'm trying to liberate Black people. And so, listen, it's conceivable that you can you can listen to this video and be like, fuck, I'm depressed. I'm Black and she's right. The fuck? Right. So you guys, I'm laughing to myself. And, you know, I understand this is a sad topic, okay? My therapist said I'm good at masking what's going on with me, and I have been my whole life. I don't want you to be unhappy. I don't want you to be sad. And this is my way of trying to bring light to it and not for you to be sad. Because having these thoughts can affect you and make you feel sad. I don't know about the psychotropic medication. I'm not one to speak to that because I'm not a doctor. Okay? It's my opinion, basically my opinion, that this country over-medicates people with mental health. That has to do with the pharmaceutical company. You know, I want to say to you that I love being an American, that we have issues, that I'm proud to be an American. And what I want to do as an American is make this country a better country. And see, this video opens up the door for many different conversations. To the white people, I'm going to probably do a video about how the oppression of Black people, the racial injustice and the hate crime, how it affects you as an American. You're being affected by it too. I'm going to go on to that in this video. But my main thing is that I want you to be aware, and I don't want this video to make you sad. I want you to say, oh, damn, she's right. The purpose of me making this video is because what appeared to be a very strong Black man said, I'm in a place of acceptance, and he told me I wasn't woke, and I hadn't got it. That us YouTube people are not going to change shit. And let me tell you, to the Black man, if you see this, the people in the kitchen, the house niggas, the anti-Black people, Black man, I hope I'm not offending you if you see this video, but those are one of the reasons why we're losing. They got their foot on our neck because they want us to retreat. 3 racist judges maligned me, ruined my life after I was in an abusive relationship for 23 years. They brought me great harm because I'm black, okay, in this country that we live in. And I could retreat and be in a place of acceptance. I am cognizant that I'm suffering from anxiety and depression. As we speak, I have, with me, I am constantly feel anxiety. Constantly, maybe I should share this because other people feel the same way. I feel it in my stomach. I'm anxious. I feel nauseated and I feel sick. Okay? I feel sad. It's times that I have to do things. Like me and this man were texting, were making comments on the Judge Odinet situation. I'll link the video below. You'll see how old that video is. That's how long I've been keeping his comment, and I've been meaning to make this video. So sometimes my brain tells me, no, I don't want to. I can't do it. I'm sad. I just want to go to bed. And you guys, please, I'm sharing what's happening in my life, and I'm not sharing what's happening in my life so you can judge me or entertain you. I'm sharing what's happening in my life because I'm saying this happened to me because I'm black. And what I want is for this to stop happening to black people. I want to say, I do think voting will change things. I do think marching and protesting does make a difference. But we have to get legislation. And I think it becomes very complicated and difficult because to do though, we need to be cohesive. We're already a small population of the country, and I don't want you to think negative thoughts, because what a lot of black people think is that we're in the minority, and because we're the minority, there's nothing we can do. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. I don't want to say that I don't want to say negative things about President Biden. I think the Republican and the Democratic Party both hate black people. I think that the Democratic Party use black people for the vote, and the Republican Party, that racism and oppression is so ingrained in the Republican Party. I don't think every Republican feels that way. There are black Republicans. There are Republicans who don't think that way about black people. The Republican Party specifically is supposed to be about conservative views, because the Republican Party goal is to say less government, okay? And the Democratic Party is to say more government, okay? So the Democratic Party wants to live on the government. And when you live on a government, what happens? If you live on a government, they only let you get so much. It's so much they can do. So the Democratic Party wants you to stay on the government. That's their shtick. That's how they're profitable. That's how they have jobs. That's how they're able to make a living, is ensuring that we live on the government, right? And the Republican Party is like, y'all need to stop taking, because that comes tax money. Republican Party is like, look, we out here working, building our families, we starting businesses, y'all, metaverse, y'all young black kids out here doing big things. Y'all gonna be making money soon. And when you start seeing what the government takes from you and your tax money, you might look at the Republican Party like, wait a second, you got a thing there. But then when they over here saying crazy shit about black people, like, hold up, we might be willing to pay a little more taxes instead of having y'all sit here and talk crazy about us, right? So we're in a we're in a precarious situation. And this video is about mental health in America, mental health for black people. I'm going to stop this video. This is going to be part 1. And I'm going to talk about it some more. And I'm going to talk about other aspects of it. So primarily, you guys, we want to focus on what the man said. And if you feel that way, please leave a comment. I really need engagement. Okay, you guys, I really need engagement, because I have an agenda, and my agenda is to liberate black people, and I can't do it by myself. I need all hands on deck. One of the reasons why we're still in bondage because we're struggling with engaging together, we're struggling with having an agenda and implementing the agenda because of one of the issues is mental health in America. And I'm going to say this really quickly. I actually want to do a separate video about this, and I might do a separate video about this. You guys know Dr. Oz is running for Senate, I think in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, somewhere in Pennsylvania. And I am a Dr. Oz fan. I think he's running under the Republican ticket. What I've been meaning to do in one of my agendas is to write a letter to Dr. Oz and let him talk about being black in America. And you guys, this is a very vital election year. See, he's saying voting won't change things, but it will. Okay, I lost my train of thought when I was talking about the Republican Party versus the Democratic Party. If y'all don't know, we are the decision maker, right? That's why Biden, low key, he like bullshit chucking jobs, like he give a fuck about us, but he really don't. That's why he got Kamala Harris on a ticket, and she on the ticket talking about, I'm not doing anything for just black people. The fuck? Wait, excuse me? Wait. I digress. Let me chill out. Okay? that's impulse control. That's another issue going on with the brain. Okay? I'm so silly, you guys. So what am I saying? So the point that I'm making about Dr. Oz, I'm going to do an initiative, and we can do it with this video. I'm going to write a letter to Dr. Oz asking him to do a show about the mental health aspect of being black in America. How does it affect the black community, the mental health of black people? And you guys, this is a very important time to address Dr. Oz about it. So y'all can tweet him this video. We could write him letters. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a separate video. We're going to make that part 2 maybe. You guys, I'm all over the place. That's why I need help. I need an administrator. The person I was married to, that's one reason why we had highs and lows. But one of the reasons why we did well together, because he's an administrator. He's very organized. And he was good about organization and schedules and stuff, and he was good at that. And so I need a team, y'all. I'm trying to create a black party. I have an agenda. And I want to overcome this. And one of the things that we need to do to overcome this is identify our weaknesses, our threats. Our weaknesses and our threats. Our weaknesses is that we are suffering as a community, as a people, mentally, because of being black in America. Okay, you guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up. But the Dr. Oz thing to me is really very important. Maybe I'll make a separate video about that. If you see this video, send it to Dr. Oz. Yeah, you guys, I think I need to do a separate video about that. Maybe, because I really think we need to do an initiative, and we can do a letter writing campaign to his producers that we want Dr. Oz to do a show about the mental health of the black community. And y'all, see, when that black man talking about voting and marching is not going to work, yeah, it's going to work. This is how you get things done. This is how you get them to show an interest or make change or do things in our interest, okay? Because our vote does matter. Don't think it doesn't, it does. I can't remember the lady named Corey, some black lady in Atlanta. She got 780 people registered. Biden won because of the black community, okay? And Biden knows that, okay? So, our vote is important. We just need to leverage it. And we have to position ourselves to be able to leverage this. That is what Reunite Sandy Speaks is about. Reunite Sandy Speaks is about liberating black people. For us to live in a country and live in a country and be happy and healthy and harmonious. To make America keep their promise to black people. Y'all, I be talking a lot, I hope you guys don't mind me rambling the way that I do. I know that I do that. That is actually my personality, to be honest with you. I'm like that. But listen, I'm the 20th, and this is Reunite Sandy Speaks.
options. They killing us for jogging. Kill us in our homes and fabricate it and hide it. Where we had Sandra Bland's and Trayvon Martins. If when you kill us, your family was a target. If your children was orphans, will you have compassion the next time you approach us? Yeah, we fed up, this is built up. Your city up in smoke, homeboy, we had enough. And I ain't enticing riots of violence, heighten the climate. I'm saying you smack me, I'm punching you in your iris. Retaliation is prescribed in both Bible and Quran. In the matters of the slang, see an eye for an eye. Especially if the Justice Department do